Hi, my name is Conor Stodgell. This is my statement of faith. Sometimes I question myself if I made the right choice or acted the way I should have. Sometimes I don't make the right choice or acted the way I was told. Sometimes I will argue with people I know I shouldn't have. And when I look back on the situation, I will rarely forgive myself. But I know that God will forgive me, and I'm thankful for that. And I know He will be always on my side, even if I don't do what's right. I chose 1 Samuel's as one of my verses. A champion named Goliath, who was from Gath, came out of the Palestine camp. He was over 9 feet tall. He had a bronze helmet he wore on his head, and he wore a coat of scale armor of bronze, weighing 5,000 shekels. On his legs he wore bronze greaves. A bronze javelin was slung on his back, a spear shaft that was like a weaver's rod, and its iron point weighed 600 shekels. His shield bearer went ahead of him. The other one I chose was Daniel chapter 6. Anyone who prays to any human or God during the next 30 days, except you, your majesty, shall be thrown in the lion's den. Daniel went home to his upstairs room where the windows opened towards Jerusalem. The next 3 times a day, and he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he has done before. Then these men went as a group and found Daniel praying and asking his God for help. So they went to the king, and they spoke to him about the royal decree. Did you not publish a decree that during the next 30 days anyone who prays to any god or human except you, your majesty, will be thrown in the lion's den? The king answered, the decree stands in according to the law. Then they said to the king, Daniel, who was one of the exiles of Judah, pays no attention to you, your majesty, to the decree you put in writing. He still prays 3 times a day. When the king heard, he was in great distress. He was determined to rescue Daniel and made every effort until sundown to save him. Then the men went to the group to King Darius and said to him, remember, your majesty, according to the law, no decree or edict that the king issues can be changed. So the king gave the order. They brought Daniel and threw him in the lion's den. The king said to Daniel, may your God whom you serve continually rescue you. A stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den. As the king sealed it with his own signet ring and the rings of his nobles, so that Daniel's situation might not be changed. The king returned to his palace and spent the night without eating or any entertainment, and he could not sleep that night. At first light of dawn, the king got up and hurried to the lion's den. When he came near the den, he called to Daniel in an anguished voice, Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you continually serve, been able to rescue you from the lions? Daniel answered, may the king live forever. My God has sent an angel and shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight, nor have I ever done anything wrong before you, your majesty. The king was overjoyed. He gave the orders to lift Daniel out of the den. And when Daniel was lifted from the den, no wounds were found on his body, because he had trusted in God at the king's command. The men who falsely accused Daniel were brought and thrown in the lion's den. among their wives and children. Before they reach the floor of the den, the lions have overcrushed them and crushed all their bones. And then, this is my I believe statement. I believe that Jesus and the Lord are always with you. I believe God the Father Almighty is the creator of heaven and earth. I believe that Jesus died for us on the cross. And I believe the Bible is the book that tells us the story of the Lord. I believe in confession and forgiveness because no single person is perfect. And one of the hardest things to do is to forgive yourself when you make a mistake or when you mess up. And I believe if you have faith in God, He will always protect you at all costs, like in the story of Daniel. That's it.